Good day, everyone. I am Dr. Gomez Trua, and today we will be discussing the Pinggang Pinoy and how this applies to children and adolescents in the school setting. So, what is the Pinggang Pinoy? The Pinggang Pinoy is a locally developed visual guide made by the DOST FNRI, and this is meant to make meal planning easier and promote balanced nutrient intake. So, the concept is using a regular plate to demonstrate how food can be divided for each meal. So, the Pinggan Pinoy has four different portions. So, there's a big portion for Go foods, which are rich in carbohydrates. These are rice, pasta, bread, and noodles. There is a smaller portion for Grow foods, such as fish, chicken, eggs, and meats, and these are foods that are rich in proteins. There is a large portion for Glow foods, which are fruits and vegetables. So there is are separate portions for a fruit serving as well as a vegetable serving. So it is recommended the fruits be rich in nutrients such as vitamin A for balanced nutrient intake. And the Pinggan Pinoy emphasizes drinking more water and reducing the intake of fatty foods or sugary beverages. A good part about this guide is that it can be customized to fit all age groups and can also include different states in life, such as pregnancy and lactation. So there is a special Pinggan Pinoy for mothers who are pregnant or breastfeeding. So, how does this apply for our school age children and adolescents? So, each Pinggang Pinoy has a sample 1 day meal plan. So, in the plan for children 3 to 12 years old, it is divided by different age groups. There are recommended foods or ideas that can be used, such as, for example, serving fried eggs and some greens for breakfast with rice and banana. And then for lunch, it can be chicken with vegetables like tinola. Then dinner could be fried fish, and then there's pinakbet or another vegetable dish, and there's rice. And each meal also has a fruit serving. And there's also a provision for morning and afternoon snacks, as well as recommendations for drinking water and milk. So these can be revised to use locally available ingredients. So in case, for example, the area is not rich in vegetables for tinola or pakbet, they can use the another dish or another vegetable to make up the intake for that meal. And the portions in the Pinggang Pinoy for children 3 to 12 years old are adequate to avoid undernutrition or overnutrition. So there are separate meal plans for children who are aged, say, 3 to 4, and then 6 to 9, and then 10 to 12. So those are like the divisions for the Pinggang Pinoy in children who are school age. For adolescents, they divided this by males and females to account for differences in their nutritional needs. And the portions are, of course, larger compared to school children's portions, and the meal choice is a little bit more appropriate. Like, for example, there's bangus instead of fried eggs for breakfast. So that's one revision for adolescents. And it takes into account the needed water intake, which is quite large for an adolescent. So 9 to 12 glasses, as well as emphasizing drinking milk to be able to build up nutrients such as calcium and protein intake. And this is very easy to customize to the individual. So this can take into account what a child or adolescent wants to eat and what is locally available. The same principle follows for planning meals for older adults and even the elderly, as well as pregnant women and lactating mothers. So this locally developed Pinggang Pinoy is a great visual tool to help plan balanced meals. It is easier to use than other dietary guides out there. It can be used in the community setting, and it can be individualized for the person's preferences, age, and nutritional needs. However, regardless of how the person is, the age or nutritional needs, there is more intake of fruits and vegetables emphasized, as well as more water. And all Pinggang Pinoy recommendations advise that there is less consumption of fatty and sugary foods, especially sugary beverages, since these have lesser nutrient value compared to taking fresh fruits and vegetables.